Hey everybody, Brian here, Castle Hives, Northeast Ohio Beekeeping. We are in the Apiary. We got work to do. Let's get started. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into main castle very first. And what this right here is, this is my Govee sensor. That's my temperature and humidity sensor. I'm just trying to judge where these hives are at. So I'm gonna actually put that down next to some brood frames so that we get some good temps. So look at that. They had that thing propolized in there. So I'm just going to move these outer frames. I'm not going to pull one of those. This one here, the second one I might. I'm going to check with this one here. These 4 frames in the middle here, that's it. So you can see there, they're working on it. This is that Premier. Now I'm going to set this outside here just to give myself room to work with these others. Good brood on there. Couple drone cells, that's fine. Well, so there's a Supercedure Cell. So, I gotta remember, Supercedure Cell on this top frame here. Now, when I checkerboarded, some folks told me that it's actually not good to do that in the brood nest due to that reason right there. When I learned beekeeping, I did not have mentor, so appreciate the tips, those that, you know, through the tips. They're building this here out. Wow. Brood frame there. Good brood frame. Larvae on here as well. So the queen has been up here working. Now, what I got to do is move this. So I'm going to put this back together, put that frame back in, and move this box over. And I got to remember, this frame right here is where the Supercedure Cell was. All right, so in the bottom, we are not going to get into this outer. That's just honey stores. But we're going to check each of these. Good brood pattern there. They're building that out. And same on the other side, building that out as well. I'm going to set this just outside, just so I have this additional room to work. Brood in there. It's brood in there too. Good amount of honey on this frame here. I could tell by the weight of it. So they're building this out. This is the premiere. And there's eggs in each cell that's already built out. So, you know, if I find a queen in here, if she has not left because of that cell that's in the top here, you know, what I could always do with that Supercedure cell is make a split. All right, so what do I find? Look right there, walking on this frame. So there's my queen. Okay, now the cells that are here, I'll show you that. So there's eggs in there. And then look at that great view of that queen right there with her attendants around her. All right, y'all, I'm gonna make a split. So that frame in the top there that has that Supercedure cell, I'm actually going to pull a split off of that. So that frame there is gonna go into it. So let me get the equipment, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, what I'm gonna do now is I have one of my Pro Nukes and I'm gonna end up, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a split. So that cell that's on there, I don't, you know, the queen's in here. Look at that, they're getting jumpy. You hit them with a puff of smoke. Just if they're getting a little bit testy, you know. I don't want her to leave, so I've got, just for those that are wondering, I've got frames with honey on them. There is a decent frame with solid frame with bee bread on there, and we're gonna put in a good brood frame. So I like this one here. That one's got some brood building out. Well, I'm gonna get one that's more solid, give them that population, you know. Okay, now if you remember, it's this frame right here that had the Supercedure cell. So I'm gonna go straight for that. Tell you what, y'all, I'm gonna take this other frame of brood on here. Okay, now I've got that set, but first off, what I want to do is I'm going to move this frame outside here because the foragers are going to come back to this spot, okay? Now this hive here has, look at that, it will not fit. So I'm gonna set it right here, okay? Hopefully you can see that there. I'm gonna take a frame, make sure the queen has not moved up real quick. Nope. This actually is a better frame to put in there. Wow. I'm gonna make that switch real quick. Okay. So that's done. Now what I can do is this right here. Watch this. I can take a frame of nurse bees. Okay. Make sure my queen's not on here. And give it a shake over top of this nuke, and then it increases the population. Okay. All right, we're gonna put this hive here back together. We pulled off a split from that Supercedure cell that we found. Folks told me that would happen. It did, so lesson learned. I'm gonna get the split over to its spot, and then we'll move on to the fireball hive. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into fireball. There, look there. Okay, so we're gonna start, we'll probably look at these 6 frames right here. So we'll see what the fireball hive shows. So I'm gonna move these frames over, and then we're gonna look at some frames here. All right, let's see what this first frame here shows us. I think this is just gonna be a stores frame because it's heavy. Yep. They're packing that out with nectar on that side there as well. So we're gonna take this frame and just set it. And set that frame right there, give me some room to work with. Next frame, let's see what they show us. Good brood on here. Next frame, let's see what this premiere looks like. All right, so on this premiere, there's eggs in some of these cells, not all of them. Eggs here also. So Queen Mary is working this top box as well, so that's good. All right, so the top box here on the fireball hive loads a brood, so that's good. They're starting to backfill some of that, so just gets me thinking, you know, gets me thinking. Let's get into we're gonna get down into the second box also. Wow. All right, so what do I find on this outer frame? And it's heavy. Right there, Queen Mary. That comb along the bottom, an outer frame. Goes to show you. So, I'm going to be very quick with this and check 2 frames here because my queen is right there. and I don't want her going off anywhere. But I just want to check and see real quick what these frames are doing. Good brood there. Good brood on that side there as well. One more frame, and then the queen is going to get slipped back in because I don't want her out. There's eggs on there as well. So this frame's going to go right here real quick, and Queen Mary right here. All right, y'all, so the Fireball Hive is doing great. Found the queen, loads of eggs in here. I probably, man, next week I may put a super on this hive. I don't know. They're building out just so fast, and you see the amount of bees on here. There's just so many. Let me get this box here back on. All right. All right, Fireball Hive is back together, so it is building out amazing. I mean, that's crazy how this hive's building out. So let's get on to Perseverance. All right, y'all, we're gonna get into Perseverance Hive now. Now, this hive, I'm not going to look at those outer frames, but I'm going to examine, well, inspect all of the others. So this is a good honey frame right here. Now, what that tells me already is that if this one here also is a stores frame, then we've got 4 frames for brood. This hive may need a second deep. It may need a second deep. This frame here was mainly stores, so maybe not. We'll probably get into these 3 frames here will be brood. You saw my hive tool slip there. I'm trying to go easy. Now, what I see here is that this is a brood frame where when they're emerging, well, there's nectar in a couple of the cells, but so what has emerged, there's young in each of those already. Same thing here. So here is a brood frame, and you can see the queen there. I'll zoom in. So as the brood is emerging out, she is tossing another egg right back in these cells. That queen on there. Same thing here, they're building it out. But I'm gonna more centralize all of these brood frames. This one here, they still have to build out as well. So, last frame here on Perseverance. Solid brood frame there. Got drone brood on the bottom. Well, drone comb. That's a good frame there. Okay, so Perseverance, probably one more week, they will get a second deep. It's exactly around what I thought where they will be at. This hive here is just it's doing fantastic. So let me get this stores frame. All right, so Perseverance is going back together. It's looking good, y'all. Population looks good. You know, for how it started out, I could not be happier for that hive. So let's move on to this next resource. All right, so this resource hive here, you know, gosh, what I probably am going to end up doing is like what I just said. It's going to get combined, and I'm going to do some shifting around, and this is just going to become, you know, one solid hive. Oh well, you know, it happens. I just don't want that much work this year as far as managing colonies. They're always in that swarm mode, so those three are doing good. Pulled a split. This one here also, you know, it is what it is. We got to get into one more resource, and that's red and yellow, so let's get into that one. We'll see what that one has to show us. All right, everybody, we're going to get into resource red and yellow now. Let's check yellow first. right, y'all. So what we found today, and I'm just dripping in sweat, I apologize for that. The main castle hive had the Supercedure Cell, made a split and pulled it off right here. Fireball hive is doing awesome. Perseverance is doing excellent as well. Probably have to add another box onto that here soon. Listen to that bite going by. All right, that resource hive up here and this resource one here, probably gonna end up pulling the divider board out of there, rearranging these and making these 10 frame resource hives. That way I can super them as well. It is what it is, you know, it's just some work with these. And this year, I think there's a couple beekeepers actually that are having, you know, the same kind of problems with these. They're just wanting to swarm. So this hive right here, so y'all are getting introduced to the bee box. So, and I actually got to pull them out of this and paint this. I forgot to paint the darn thing. So I'm probably going to end up transferring these into one of my wooden boxes, but this is the split that my buddy Mike gave me, Mike's Bees and Garden. And it has, so I had two, I combined them, and they've been kind of chill. When I first got them, they were super mean. But now they've been kind of chill. The last time I looked in them, I found some cells that were capped over, and that's why I haven't really showed much of that one just yet, is it's just been doing its thing. When you have those capped cells, you don't want to bother them. You want to let them make their queen and let them do their thing. So that's why y'all haven't seen this yet, but it's the first kind of view of the bee box there. So that's the inspections for today for the Langstroths and the resource hives. If you all like beekeeping, keep watching along. See what I do with all of these colonies here, all these hives. So everyone take care, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.